guys, we're back for episode numero 5 of the Collective Podcast. So if you guys have listened to any of our podcasts so far, we just want to say thank you. We're very grateful. I don't know that anybody's listening to us ramble.
I think we have some people listening.
We have some fans?
I do think we have some fans, surprisingly, but we do.
Okay. Well, thank you. All 5 of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you to our 5 fans. As long as we have 5 fans, we'll continue doing this.
Okay. It's worth it. It's worth our time. But today, you guys, we just wanted to really just talk about this crazy year. I thought it would be a good time as we head into the holiday season just to talk about what's going on right now in 2025. This year's gone by pretty fast on one hand. On the other hand, sometimes it feels like it's just agony in some ways. Are you guys feeling that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a balance, right? We have some good days and some bad days, and I mean, some in the year, but I'm ready for 2026. I'm ready for new beginnings, new start. Even just the mindset of getting ready for a new year, I think helps too. It gives you something to look forward to, kind of,
So let's
shake it off.
I think let's start with just talking about, because we are in real estate.
Yes.
We don't want to podcast only about real estate, but it has been kind of a crazy market, a crazy time. And I do think it's important that we incorporate just what we do on a day-to-day, because people want to know, what's the market like? What's the market like right now? How would you describe it?
I would say the market right now is all over the place. Unfortunately, I think, again, the lack of jobs is affecting the market big time. I have been mostly a listing agent this year, shockingly, because normally I'm half and half. But this year, I've mostly been a listing agent. I have a lot of listings, and I've noticed that on 3 of my listings, I'll get under contract, and then like a few days later, the contracts will terminate because the buyers lost their job. And it's really sad because it's going on all over the world. AI is replacing a lot of jobs. People are laying off a lot of people, and it does affect our business indirectly. There's 15 houses for one buyer, and they're all in the same thing. We're all competing over the same thing. So it's been difficult. And this week has been a week in real estate for sure. So it's been difficult.
And if you kind of look at it more so on the macro scale, when you look at just what the economy is like right now and how expensive it is to live, think about how hard it is, say you're a first-time home buyer, to even afford getting into the market,
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
I think I've only been in real estate 5 years. And I want to brag about it, that I think I've never really had to hunt as much for business as this year. I think just with social media, working your sphere, it was enough business for me. And this year has not been that situation. I mean, this year it's a year where you really have, if you didn't have the systems, or you had to learn the systems, or you didn't have the structure, you had to build a structure this year, because market is it doesn't come as easy as it used to previous years. So to me personally, it was something like a rude awakening. And I think that's one of the things that I love about us and the podcast, is to be as unfiltered and real possible with people, because I think in the real estate industry, everybody highlights the great things, which is good. It's wonderful. We all want to be winners. We all want to talk about the great things we do. But I think it's important, especially during this time of the year, to let know people, if some realtors are feeling the same way. It was a hard year, and it's still a hard year. I mean, we're ending the year, and it feels like I'm trying to catch my tail. So it's not easy. So to me, it was more like a rude awakening of like, okay, Posh, things will come, business will come. Now this year, you really need to step up the game. Yeah. And I think next year, I think this was a year of getting me there. So as 2026, as we go, really be very aware of how the market is, and really structure the plan, the business, and be ready to hunt, because that's how I personally see it. I mean, you've been a realtor many years.
I'm going on 24 years.
So, and I see you close a lot, but let's be honest, you've been a realtor for over 20 years. So your pipeline, your structure, your business, but people that are newer like me, I think we came with the COVID era, right?
It's a dose of reality, right? Because it's not as easy as it seemed. So like these kind of markets are the markets where the real agents last, right? A lot of them get weeded out just because it's not as glamorous as they may have thought. It's not as easy as it may have appeared or have been. Right.
If you got in 2020.
Yeah,
I started in 2020 when the interest rate was 3%.
Yeah.
The hard thing was finding a home because you were in multiple things and appraisals, waivers. Right now, it's a whole different scene.
Yeah.
So on one hand, you have to probably work harder on the front end to get leads in the first place because there's not as many buyers in the marketplace, right?
Yes.
So you've got to get more market share, and that's hard in and of itself. Mm-hmm. So you got to up your activity.
Yes.
But then I think even on second to that is say you have your clients. Like, what crazy situations have you guys been in that have been like, okay, you have clients, you would think that's a good thing. And then what happens from the time maybe contract to close? What's the craziness that's going on in that period of time where deals aren't closing as easy?
I think on the list side, I think the crazy thing is just that like there are so many listings and houses are sitting on the market for so long, and that's not what sellers are used to, right? They're used to it being a seller's market and multiple offers and all the different things. And even though you set up your listings properly and you communicate all these things, it's still a really hard situation for the seller, especially when the seller is in a bad situation, which a lot of my sellers, unfortunately, bought at 2022, 2023 at the height of the market, and they've been in their home 2 years, and for whatever life change reason, divorce, unemployment, whatever the reason is, now they want out. But they paid top dollar, so they don't really have a lot of equity to get out. Mm-hmm. And they put solar panels. Nightmare. They refinanced to keep the home in the divorce. So they lost their 4% rate, 4% rate, and now they're at a 6% rate. They thought they could afford it. They can't. All the different things. So it's like you're trying to navigate through all those things, which all of them are beyond your control as an agent. But at the end of the day, everything is always the agent's fault. So it's a hard thing because you wake up kind of feeling like, you wake up every day unemployed, right? Because you only make money if you actually sell the house. Mm-hmm. So you're doing all this work. And second is that when something goes wrong or not in your favor based off of choices they made, right? Mm-hmm. The given situation that you're trying to navigate, it somehow is your fault. And that's a hard thing, right? Because sometimes it becomes like, well, I'm not sure what else I can really do besides what I'm doing. I'm spending marketing dollars. I mean, each listing, I'll have like, all these listings at one time, and like I'm pre-spending marketing dollars. I mean, each listing costs me about $1,200. If it's a higher end luxury listing, I'm spending even more than that to market the listing and get it going. And I'm upfronting all that money.
Yeah, how are you hedging that on the back end?
I mean, it's tough. Like I said, I'm upfronting it. I'm staging a lot of my properties, and I'm staging it. I'm personally purchasing furniture. Like I don't think that people understand that is an added expense that I'm incurring, and I only get paid if I sell your house.
Right. So it's time, it's money, it's your own things a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's marketing dollars.
It is hard to do with sellers because like with negative equity, or when you have those builders that you started working with them 2 years ago, and now the market is whole different and the houses are not selling. So to me, it's been stressful.
It's really stressful.
It's really stressful.
It used to be like they say all the time, like list to last. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure I'm lasting. I mean, I'm listing, but I don't know if I'm lasting. I mean, I feel kind of beat up.
You're here. If you're still in real estate.
Yeah. I mean, I'm here, and honestly, I'm blessed. I'm blessed in the sense that like I most of my business is all referral. I don't have to chase business, right. Because I've been doing it for so long, and I have my system set up, and I keep my relationships and all the things, and that's the highest, most thing that I can say about my business that I'm so grateful for, because that's like the best compliment a person can get is to be referred. Mm-hmm. I just think that it is also super stressful because you want to make and please everyone, and sometimes the way the dice rolls, things aren't in your control.
Mm-hmm. So when you're in those situations, first I want to talk about just practically speaking, what things, if anything right now, is helping to get a client's home sold? What are the strategies that you are using to help a client move their house?
Over communicating. I'm over communicating. I mean, I'm communicating with my sellers 2-3 times a week on, hey, we had a showing, or this is the feedback, or I just want to let you know I've reached out for feedback. I'm waiting on the agent to respond. This is what's happening in the market this week. This is how many showings we've had here. Here are the stats for this. Here are the market stats. The stats for Collin County are this. Like, just trying to overly communicate what's going on to make them feel like, I mean, if your seller has to reach out to you for an update, I mean, you've already kind of failed, right? Because at that point, they feel like, what is it that you're really doing? Yes. And so, like, I'm just trying to maintain the communication, the socials, the relocation packets, like all the things. Like, at the end of the day, you know, like, you can't force someone to buy a house.
Right.
You can only position them correctly for someone to buy the house. That's all you can really do. So
when you say position correctly, what specifically do you mean position?
Position correctly, pricing right, having the hard conversation on even priced right homes in this market, y'all. My listings, I got 2 offers on my listings this week. One of them's listed at $550. We were originally listed at $575. We're down to $550. I got a $500,000 offer, all cash, and they're like, "Well, we're all cash." Yeah, and you're $50,000 too low. Like, I'm priced right. And even if my seller was going to take this, like, you're going to need to come up. Like, the buyers want everything. Like, literally, like, every offer is coming in like 30 on average, 30 to 50 less than list, even if you're listed properly.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Plus credits.
Plus they want credits. Plus they want you out of the house. Plus they don't want to give you a lease back. Plus they want to nitpick the heck out of an inspection. I mean, like, it's kind of crazy.
Right now, buyers have no sense of urgency. And the ones that are buying are being a little bit
well, it's their market, right? That's what they mean by a buyer's market.
It is a buyer's market. So they need to understand that it's a time to buy the house. And they don't believe it, but it is.
And the thing is I kind of have mixed feelings about even saying that it's a buyer's market because normally in buyer's market, houses are listed less and sell for less. If you look at the stats, and I'm not even a stats person, but if you look at the stats, the pricing in the market is kind of lasting. Like, it's still not below average here in Dallas, Texas. Like, it is still, like, people are still getting good money for their homes. Yes, it's less than they were getting, but it's not below market or beneath what the house is actually worth, right? So I have problems with the whole buyer's market thing because I think, like, people put that out there and I think buyers run with it and they think, oh, I can be a complete unrealistic, you know what, and the seller's just going to take it.
But that's how they're acting.
They are acting that way.
But is it really that market? Like, are we there?
I don't think we are there. I don't think we are there. We're almost there, but I don't think so. And I think sellers are also, it's like it's a battle. I see it like a hesitation with sellers like, nope. And buyers are like, yes. So it's a fight right now. I don't think it's completely.
Because all the predictors for real estate next year, they're saying next year is going to be an amazing year.
That's what they're saying.
They're saying that it's going to be amazing. They're saying that prices are going to go up. They're saying that all these things. So it's like, how do you go from being in a quote unquote buyer's market to it being back to being an amazing market? So I don't know about the titles of that. I have a little bit of an inner struggle. But on the listing side, like I said, it has been such a challenge just because the buyers are, again, no sense of urgency, offering crazy offers, expecting the sellers to take it. And on the selling side, houses are on the market 120 days, and they don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I constantly am reminding, like, I only get paid if we sell this house. I don't get paid otherwise.
Right.
So it's in my best interest to do everything I can to sell your house.
Mm-hmm. Kind of segueing from there, obviously you get those types of situations. It's hard. You're feeling the struggle. You're feeling your client's disappointment if you're on the seller side. You have things that happen. I know today you had a situation where You got to push back the closings because the government shut down.
Yeah.
Like, so that's a whole nother piece of news.
We've been waiting to
deliver.
close since we've had to clear. It's a USDA loan, and they're purchasing out in Blue Ridge, and we have missed closing now twice. First close date was October 31st. We moved it to November 21st because of the government shutdown, and then the lender this morning, when I was with you earlier, now is saying I need another 2-week extension.
Another.
And who's to say, it's the government. I don't know when it's going to open. I don't know what to say. I feel bad for the seller because he's holding out for my buyer, but it's like none of it is in our control. The buyers need to be in. It's a mess.
It's a mess. So with that, when you have disappointments like that you have to convey the disappointment to your client, or you just feel defeated because you feel like you've done everything you can. How do you stay positive? How do you stay motivated? How do you keep your mind right? How do you keep from going down the negativity drain with your soul and your spirit? What are you doing? Both of you. Posh, what are you doing?
I have to remind myself that there's no option B in real estate. I really love and enjoy doing real estate. And there are moments that can be very tough that you're like, oh my goodness, should I be doing this? This is too stressful. But I think we have a clear vision and a clear goals on what we want. And I think every situation takes you to places where you can learn, right? And you can grow. And I think with the discouragement comes, these kind of situations comes, you have to really put things into perspective and see what really matters, and that you really enjoy what you're doing, and just, it builds character. I think this year, that's what it's been for me, building a lot of character, not just in real estate, because that's, what you are is what you do out there. So to me, it's building a lot of character, and no matter those hard situations or hard moments are the ones that make you stronger and continue renovating yourself and becoming better. So to me, when those situations comes, I really have to align myself. So this year, these tough situations, tough moments call for an alignment of where you're going, where you are, what do you want. And when I said at the beginning, restructuring a lot of things, things that maybe no matter as much, they need to be eliminated. And you got to focus on, it takes a lot of focus. To me, it's been a lot of realignment, a lot of focusing, restructuring, and really looking at what matters and what I need to do. Because if I get distracted or if I start looking at the wrong things, I won't be able to build that strength and continue, to me personally.
Okay.
And I think for me, this is a time where I just try to listen to positive podcasts and positive things, and also just kind of relying a little bit on my real estate squad. Like the other day, I had a complete situation that just was not fun. And I literally called Rosemary. She's one of my real life besties here in real estate. And I was like, hey, this is a situation, what would you do? And literally she kind of talked me off the ledge because I was so bothered by the way I was being treated, and the lack of just having the ability to have an adult conversation about something that you may have felt that wasn't handled right or whatever it was. I honestly don't know. I still don't know. But it bothered me because I feel like the difficult conversations are the ones that you should have. And so many times in life, people avoid difficult conversations. And they just don't have the difficult conversation. Mm-hmm. So there's no kind of resolution. I had to literally be let them. I had to keep talking positive talk, let them, just let it go. It's not even worth it. And so it's kind of just the talking to yourself, because I think a lot of times people sometimes fail to realize that you're also human. Yeah, this is a job I'm executing, but I'm also a person. And I also have feelings, and I also have scheduling, and I also have a family, and I have all the things that you have going on. I have them too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're over that now, huh?
I'm getting over it. It's still been, I have never had I've been doing this for over 23 years. And honestly, this particular situation that happened, I have never had it happen like this, where somebody felt something about me some sort of way and couldn't just communicate it and was just no communication, avoiding me.
A lot of times we just have to remind ourselves, let them is a good theory, but also that we can't control other people. Yeah. What other people do is beyond our control and sometimes our understanding, and we're not always going to get an explanation for why somebody said something or chose a certain thing that they did. And releasing it and understanding you gave it your all. You gave it your best. You were there to communicate. You can't force somebody to have a conversation.
I think that let them think has been a big thing for me this year.
I think it's been a big thing for everybody. I mean, it's been on all sorts of things. I mean, let them is a definite, and it's such a simple concept, right?
It's very simple.
It's a easy concept, but really actually hard to do and really do it. Like really let them do it and just be like, I'm not gonna focus on their actions, but I'm gonna take control of my actions, my thought, and my feelings. That's the hard part.
That's the second part that she talks about in that book. Is let them and then let me. Like, what do you need to do? What do you need to do to release it? And what do you need to do to move forward to where they're not having power over your energy?
That's been a big thing for me this year, guys, to let them think. And it's been personal. It's been career-wise. Really don't letting situations, people affect me in a way that you start building it's probably not the most positive feelings or just feel a certain way towards people or situations. It's been a big, big thing for me, that way you mention it. And taking responsibility or, like you say, let me work on me. Let me don't allow this kind of situations or emotions in my heart. It's been my thing this year.
It's a good thing to focus on because too many times we let outside influences affect how we feel about ourselves and then internalize their thoughts or even the story that we're saying. So in your situation, if the client wouldn't talk to you, for example, you can easily start to think, what did I do wrong?
Right.
So I did something wrong. That's the first story you're telling yourself. I must have effed up somewhere.
That's the first thing we always say.
And the thing is I have gone over it and over and over and over. And honestly, I can't think of one thing wrong that I did. Actually.
Have you talked to them since then? Have you really find out?
No, they avoid. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you got to let them.
That's what I'm saying.
Let them. Just completely let them.
Yeah.
And you have to let yourself not let that story of I must have done something wrong.
But here's the thing that I think I'm most upset about. When you have a gut feeling about anything in life.
Most of the time it's
okay. Most of the time it's correct.
Yes.
When they originally reached out to me to take this listing, my initial gut feeling was like, I don't even know if I want this. I have all these listings already. It's a difficult market. Like, I am not sure I want to put myself in a situation. And I'm a little bit mad at myself for not listening to my gut because I had that initial response. But then when I took the meeting and met them, my heart wanted to help the situation. And so I took it against my own judgment, thinking I could somehow fix a bad situation. And then, it unraveled from there.
Yeah. So at the end of something like that, you could easily choose to blame yourself for not trusting your gut. Yeah. And that's another negative feeling that you have to deal with.
I'm not negative about not trusting my gut, but it is very eye-opening to me. And it's a very like, Nancy, trust your gut. That bitch knows what's up. She's never let you down.
There you go.
So I'm someone that trusts my gut on all things. And, when in cases in life when I have not, it always turns out
that bitch was right.
That bitch was right. Yeah. And that I should have listened to that bitch.
I should have listened to
that bitch from the very beginning.
I think though, then if you're looking at from the positive, it's
that's
like,
my positive.
Oh yeah, the positive is that she's right every time.
The positive is that you have these gut feelings inside of you for a reason. Like however God puts them there, they are there for a reason, and that you should follow them at all costs.
So you just needed to be reminded of that.
Yes.
That's all that
It was a friendly reminder to trust your gut.
Trust your gut. That bitch knows what's up. Always trust your gut.
Your body knows. Like your body, when you feel uneasy around certain people or around their request for you to discount your commission or whatever that looks like, your body knows. Your body's telling you run.
Do you think they have another client? Maybe, another realtor or something?
I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Honestly,
matter.
let them.
Let them, honey, let them.
I know I did my job.
Yes.
I got 2 contracts on the property, so I'm not really. All the details don't really matter.
No.
Like I said, the moral of the story that really bothered me the most is just the cutting off, the ghosting me. I don't feel like anybody in any kind of realm of work or what you do should have that happen. Just be adult. Even when you're working with someone or someone's text messaging or lenders message you, hey Nancy, I'd love to take you for coffee. We all get those messages as agents. Like, be adult enough to text back and say, thank you so much for wanting to take me to coffee, but I just want to go ahead and let you know I already have some preferred lenders I work with. I appreciate the gesture. If I change my mind, I'll let you know. Just have the adult conversation.
There's nothing wrong with saying no. It's how you say it.
There's nothing wrong with being honest
Exactly.
as to where you're at or how you feel about something. And that's what I don't like. I don't like that. A lot of times when you are honest or you say no, you're meant to be the villain. But more people would respect you if you would just be honest and say, this isn't for me.
And it's easy. Now, if you kind of don't know how to put it into words that you feel comfortable, just put that shit in ChatGPT. Say, this is what I'm trying to say. Can you help me say it in a way that comes off XYZ?
There you go.
And then just remove all the dashes.
Amen.
Well, to me, that's
you're good.
That's
for
the
me,
key part. Remove the dashes.
It's hard because people will say, I don't know if I can say this here, but when you have agents saying, I'm going to join you. So I have that. I have people ghosting me and I don't like the feeling where people is like, yes, I'm joining you. Yes, I'm doing this. And then they just ghost you. It's
I think the thing is people want to people please, right? Like it's a thing, right? It's actually like one of the things of therapy. There's codependence, there's people pleasers, there's all these different things out there, right? For characteristics, right? And so being a people pleaser is also a characteristic. I am not that anymore in my 40s. Like, I will be very direct and very honest and say, listen, I appreciate the opportunity and I feel so great that, you think I'm so amazing and you want to partner with me, but I just want to go ahead and let you know I have these people that I'm already partnered with and I'm loyal to them. And right now I don't even have enough business to give them. And 9 times out of 10, they're all very grateful that I was just upfront and honest and said, thank you for letting me know if anything changes. Is it okay if I send you my information? Absolutely. Send me your information.
Yeah. But it's not everybody acts that way. I think that's what you're saying, Posh, is that when people ghost you after they've said one thing, and then they don't show
when
back
people
up,
giving the word and saying, yes, I will do this,
it's
or
similar
yes.
to like the dating world where you're dating a guy and he's telling you how much he loves you.
and then they say he doesn't love me, he doesn't know me.
Then all of a sudden you can't find, he's off the face of the planet.
Believe me. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. No, I have agents saying, "Hey, that this and this. We'll be doing this." Like looking in my face, and yes, and then I follow up because that's our job to follow up with clients and people, and they just don't respond.
You know what? I tend to. I used to kind of let situations like that kind of get to me. Like, why aren't they responding? Can't they at least respond back? But then I started to say, maybe I am assuming too much. Like agents or anybody for that matter in our world, things can be happening. Crap's going on in their personal life. Stuff's going on in their business. They literally might be so overwhelmed with their day-to-day and everything that they have going on to where, and this has happened to me, to where they're just not responding or ready to respond that very second or that very week. And then things kind of clear up for them and they come out of the woodwork and they're like, oh my God, girl, I'm so sorry. I had so much going on. Yada, yada. And you realize, oh, what I thought actually probably wasn't the reality.
One of the things that I've learned in real estate, and I had to learn pretty quick, was don't take things personal.
It's one of the 4 agreements.
Like,
if you've read
to
that,
me, I haven't read it. I need to. But at the beginning, it was hard for me. I think one of the things that I learned pretty quick was do not take no personals, because as we, hunt for business, you will have a lot of rejections. You're going to have a lot of no's before you get a yes. Also, when you're building a team and you work with other realtors, sometimes at the beginning to me, I would take things so personal. Like if you would tell me no, I would think it was about me because something was wrong with me, or I was just not enough for people. Like I would take it so personal. And I think this past years to me, and no, it's just
they ain't thinking about you. They're not even.
They don't care.
You're not even on their mind today.
No,
probably
it's not.
Yeah.
And I had to learn pretty quick that this is business, and I'm gonna get a lot of no's. And it's not personal. It's part of the game. And if you wanna, really reach the goals, if you really wanna get where you need to, you're gonna get a lot of no's. And it's not personal.
No, and there's something also to be said, about do you even want to be in business with some non-professional people that won't respond to stuff?
And that's one of the things that I said, like Nancy, I should have trusted my gut from the beginning, because when sometimes you see people, you're like, I don't know if, but you know what, the push in me, no, let me still go and hunt. It's the hunting on me. Then situations happens and I'm like, you know what, I should have just trusted my gut. I knew it from the beginning, but trusting my gut and really believe me, it's been, I want to say, because it feels good to really understand the power of no on my end and other people.
Okay, so there's one thing that we can all do to guard our hearts, right? Mm-hmm. The Bible says, guard your heart, guard your spirit. Yes. And one of the things that this is true for me, and I've been working on diligently, because I am more of the people pleaser type throughout my life, is setting boundaries.
We all have been there.
I've been there.
No.
I'm just not that person now.
Good for you. I'm still working on that. I'm 80% no, 20% still there. Yeah. That I'm working on.
Well, I used to kind of think that setting boundaries meant that I wasn't being nice to the person on the other end, or that I was somehow violating them in some way, or saying what they can and can't do. But in reality, what I've learned is that a boundary has nothing to do with what they can and can't do. They can do whatever they want. Yes. But I'm just saying, here's my guardrails. And if you come across, and what I've learned is that the boundary has to have a response from me. Mm-hmm. It's saying, if you talk to me that way, I'm going to exit the conversation. That's right. If you want to talk to me that way, that's your prerogative. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna stay around in the conversation. I'm gonna exit.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I really kind of, saying no is powerful. But if somebody doesn't respect that no, then it's kind of what you do to protect yourself on the other side. What do you do to guard your heart on the other side, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So it's been such a simple word, N-O. It's a no, and learning the boundaries for myself, and that in this business, I'm going to get a lot of no's, and that's okay. I don't take it personal no more.
No, I like having no contests. Like how many can you get? Because at the end of the day, the more no's you get, the more yeses you get.
Yes.
The most successful salespeople, for example, have gotten way more no's than the unsuccessful ones.
But it was
because they mean that they take risks and they ask.
Yeah,
you have to ask.
They're getting more at bats.
If you don't ask for the opportunity, you're not going to get a no.
No, Michael Jordan missed more shots than anybody because he took more shots.
Right.
Right?
But it was not easy. Shots. It really took me. It took a lot of me to learn that. It wasn't easy. It would really bother me when people say no. Okay, well, what's wrong? Why not? I'm the best. We have the best realtor, best team. Why not? Why not? So it really, they let me and really understanding, and it's a business. And now I like it when they say, no, okay, I get it. Right? It's just business and moving forward. And it's been a year of a lot of learning boundaries and learning no's from people and on my end in the market and clients. And the other day, I was talking about it. We had the vision board event, and I was manifesting, right? And so excited. Oh, all this money is coming, all this business. And I leave immediately the event, and one of my clients is he's speaking Spanish. He goes, you know what? I after the inspection, I don't feel comfortable. I'm going to terminate. I was like, oh, wonderful. Here we go. Another no.
This was not on my vision board.
That was not on my vision board. I'm here all like such a manifesting mood. And this client goes, no, we got to terminate. I was like, dang it. This was another no. But again, learning to swallow the no's, right? And say, okay, well, let's move.
Basically, all that means is you don't have enough deals going on if you really let it get to you, right? Like if you can look at it like that.
Yes. And that's when you're like, okay, do you focus on what you don't have, or you can focus on what you can create? And keep the ball rolling.
And be grateful for what you do.
And be grateful. And if you let those things to bring you down, you can't do that. You can't be focusing on what you don't have. You need to focus on what you can do and what you can create, which that's the mindset lately.
That's the mindset. So how are we going into 2026? Nancy, fancy.
I'm going into 2026 just with all of my systems in place and ready to go. I'm having a client event at the end of the year, get in front of my clients, love on them a little bit, thank them for, being with me all these years. And then, starting the new year, see what it brings us, like we rolling with the punches around here. We are rolling with the punches.
And your house is decorated for the holidays?
Absolutely. Listen, I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite. And so my son loves Christmas. It's the magic of Christmas. So my Christmas is up. We put it up the second week of November.
So that's one thing I think to up the mood in the house. Right?
I love it. Christmas. I mean, like, why not put it out? Like, it's so joyful. I see it. My son is like obsessed.
Yes.
And so I love it. Plus, it's a lot of work. Like, who has time to do all that work for just 30 days? I don't think so. Like, I need 60 at least. Like, I don't want to put up all this stuff just to take it all down. And I have a lot of stuff. Like,
so when do you remove your Christmas tree?
I usually remove it like the first week of New Year's, New Year's the first week, because my daughter's birthday is the 16th, of January, and so if we have people at the house, I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Okay, so here's what I want to know, because I am putting up my decorations this weekend. I told myself, no, your house needs to be clean before you go ahead and decorate. Yes. So it's almost like my prize for getting my house clean. I have cleaning ladies coming on Saturday.
There we go.
So
there we go.
Can I tell you something and don't judge me?
What?
My Christmas tree has been up all year.
Okay, Nancy.
The anxiety of that topic. The anxiety of that topic for me, we just cannot. Okay. Yes, I cannot.
And every time I'm on FaceTime, she'll be like, what the heck?
But gosh, how does that make this time of year special? It's like
That's what everybody said, but it's more special.
Okay.
Hey, no judgment here. I'm a judgment-free zone. Like, whatever works for you, works for you. But
let me tell you why. We had it in the corner of the house, and we intended to buy. That's supposed to be an area supposed to be decorated nicely. So we were going to remove it, and we turned it off. And we were like, oh, it looks too sad. We can just remove it. So
it does look sad.
It's a house of procrastinators that we intended to every season remove the Christmas tree. And my mom, every person that will FaceTime me would say, what the heck? It's July. I was like, oh, we're always happy in this house with Christmas tree. So I should have not said this, but my Christmas tree's been up.
Freaking hilarious.
So I think that's very anxiety driven. But I mean, like, that's just me. But like, I will say this: I have a lot of Christmas things.
I'm changing.
That's what I was going to ask.
I'm changing the decorations.
Serious question for a fellow mom of a 2-year-old.
Yes.
How are you decorating and expecting her not to like get into your shit?
So like, I have all the stuff up, and I used to when Cairo, the top half of my tree was all glass ornaments and the bottom was all plastic.
Okay.
But then now I kind of, as Cairo got older, then I had all glass ones and I threw away all the plastic ones because I don't know, I'm a little extra. I love Christmas. So mine
you have
all
plastic
glass.
on is that kids friendly?
Well, the plastic ornaments are kid friendly. But I got rid of most of my plastic ones because Cairo was 6 and then, here comes Soraya. I have the glass ones on the bottom, and so far we've broken about like 6.
Six casualties.
There's been 6 Christmas tree casualty decor ornament breaks. But like, I think it kind of taught her, because we would be like, no, no, no. Like after it broke and would shatter, and we'd be like, no, no, no. And so she'll go close to the tree and she'll kind of like extend and she'll go, no, no, no. Like she turns around. So I think like her watching it break and like hearing the glass is kind of where she's like, no, no, no. Or Kyra will be like, no, Zariah, get away from the tree. But I mean, it took the 6 casualties. But my tree looks fat. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, yeah. And I'm very extra. I have a life-size nutcracker in my house. I have a disco ball snowman, and he's like huge.
He's like as tall as you.
He's like as tall as me.
Do you decorate outside?
Yes, I decorate outside. And I kind of had like a tradition where I was like every Christmas, I would have like one DIY project that we would work on. So one year we did like a chandelier over our table, and then the next year was the disco snowman, and then the next year was the nutcracker, and then the next year was the mantle. And then like every year I've added, and my husband's like, if you add one more thing in this small house that we're in, like I'm going to kill you. And so like, it's too much now. Like, so even my friend was like, what are you adding this year? And I'm like, I don't know yet. He's like, stay off of Instagram. Like no more inspiration because there's no room, right? Like I added ribbon to my tree. This is my first year doing ribbon.
Mm-hmm. I do ribbon.
Yeah. This is my first year doing it. I have a frock tree. And so that's always hard too with kids too, because it's like a hot mess. There's
snow everywhere.
They want to eat it. It gets all over the ribbon. Like it's real good. But you know, it's the joy of Christmas. It's up. It makes me happy. My husband's traveling for the holidays. So it was like all my weekends were kind of booked, and it was like, let me just get it up and enjoy it longer this year.
Yeah. So it's a crazy time of year. I mean, we got holiday parties coming up.
We have holidays.
Oh,
a lot of
crazy.
galas, a lot of parties.
Nancy's birthday's coming up. We got lots of things. We got lots of things to prepare for. Yeah. So, but we're going to start 2026 strong. Another thing that was on my mind is just how to get the mental right in the midst of the real estate market that we kind of described, in the midst of hustling and bustling.
Yeah, and I think that I am incorporating mental health, where it's like I want to pick like one thing that I do for myself every month, just to kind of have like a escape. And so I bought a membership to a massage place, and I'm actually going for my second one on Friday. I booked my appointment because mental health is important. Yes, self-love. And so I got a membership. So then it forces me, because they charge my card every month. So, Heifer, you got to show up. Okay, you got to get that massage in because you've already paid for it. And you can use the service for like a massage, a facial, like all the different things that they offer. But it's like paid for upfront.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. Mm-hmm.
So I'm incorporating that for.
You want to shout out the place? What's the place called?
It is called. Of course, you would ask me that. Spavia in Plano, in the parking lot over there, off of like Tollway and Park, I think, or Parker, one of those. But yes, that's where I got my membership.
Nicole, what about you? Are you ready for the 2026? How are you ending and how are you entering?
I feel like I'm shedding things that no longer serve me. One of the things that I was thinking about really actually last night as I was with the kids called doom scrolling, I found myself like, I was looking at my phone. Is this doom scrolling? Is this what it is? Like because I really don't know that term. It's kind of new on my radar. But I started to think about how cell phones work. And first of all, we all know that it's a massive source of dopamine. So like we all have to watch how much it takes over our mind and hijacks our brain. So that's one thing I'm trying to be cognizant of. So one thing I will be implementing in 2026, especially at night when my kids are home, is monitoring my own screen time. My own screen time. Because it's ridiculous. I'm just as susceptible to the dopamine that this thing gives as anybody else. And I think we should all just admit it. Okay. So there's that. And then also really understanding how algorithms work on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, whatever your platform of choice is. If you take a bait on one rabbit hole, or even if you Google or search up something in your phone just because you're curious as to what something might be, you have to understand that your phone the algorithm will recognize that this is content that interests you. And all of a sudden you can find yourself brainwashed. Like
Yes.
Legitimately.
It's just once you watch something for more than 10 seconds, it starts throwing a lot of videos that are
that
and
thing.
creates that bubble of just the
You
world.
can
It's just what you watch.
Right. So you have to be careful you don't find yourself basically in your own echo chamber, whether it's thoughts that you agree with, or you have to be cognizant of things maybe that you stumble upon that you don't really agree with, but it's negative energy for your mind and you know it, but you keep for some reason going there. And I'm almost thinking, how can I trick my algorithms to feed me the good stuff? Like,
Yes.
how can I get rid of the stuff that doesn't serve me? This is one example. And make sure that my phone is not serving that up on a platter for me. So being careful about what you click on. And then if you do happen to click on something, making sure that you're searching for things that you know you aren't going to fall victim to in terms of feeding you the garbage. That's huge. I literally had this conversation with myself last night. Like, I gotta police this thing.
So you're not going to be in the, how you call it? Doom scrolling?
Doom scrolling.
Okay.
Where you're just like it's not good for you. Like, it's just feeding you garbage. Mm-hmm. And when I mean garbage, there is some garbage on the internet. Like, not good for you. You know what I'm saying?
So you're controlling that.
I've got to get a handle on it. And I think part of getting a handle on it is understanding how that works and making sure you are feeding yourself good things by what you choose to look at and what you choose to search. But then the other thing is the screen time. Mm-hmm. Not spending too much time, especially even if it's content you like. I can sometimes, like, I'm sitting there, and this happened a couple nights ago. I'm on my phone and I'm like straight up, for lack of a better way to say this, I give my kids a lot of attention, but a 30-minute period or an hour can go by and we're all looking at our devices. And it's like, this is not how I want my kids to grow up.
Like when everybody's at their phones, like everybody's
everybody's just in their own little world. Lincoln's in his algorithm, I'm in my algorithm, and Nixon is looking at the TV. And Ava's for sure in her algorithm. Like, we're all in our algorithms.
Yes.
Think about that.
Yes.
That's the world we live in. And then if you eliminate that your household environment as what your kids grow up in, they're literally growing up in whatever world their thing is feeding them. So I'm just trying to be very cognizant of that as we go into the new year.
I like it. Mm-hmm. It's good. Good stuff. Keep it positive.
Keep it positive.
There's so much out there in the world that we need to filter out for our own mental health.
I can't wait for 2026. I think it's going to be a great year.
I think a really good question to ask as you look back on 2025 or you find yourself in situations like I have is just like, there is something to, how is this benefiting my life? Like, how is it serving me? Whether it's certain friendships, relationships, whether it's certain activities you're doing in your business that have absolutely no ROI and it's just busy work that you feel good about because you're being, quote, productive. You know, we all have those kind of things, right? Whether it's just any association that you're in that's not really doing anything for you, whether it's a lack of you putting yourself in situations where you can positively affect other people. Like, it's just the question of, how is this serving my life and do I need to carry it with me into the next year is going to be super important.
It is important. And I think 2025 was a year of many lessons, but again, every lesson makes you stronger and better. So I think that's what I'm saying. There was a lot of things going on in 2025, a lot of teaching. I think whenever you go, I won't say to the lowest, but I think when there's really tough moments in life, it's because there's a great breakthrough coming. And you go through those lessons not just in vain. You're going there for a reason because there is a purpose. So that's why I'm very excited about 2026, because I think 2025 was a year of a breakthrough, a lot of getting really in the uncomfortable zone, like very get out of your comfort zone and learning and doing new things and learning the no's, learning the boundaries, protecting your energy, all those things really push you to be better. And there are moments where you might feel like, oh my gosh, so much going on at the same time. But those are the moments where real breakthroughs are coming. And the only thing, the lowest you go, or the only thing that can happen is that you're going to bounce back, right? And the lowest you go, the higher you will go. So that's why I'm so excited about 2026, because I think it's a year of where, okay, all of this has happened. Now it's time for, you have the structure, you have the strength, you have the vision, you have the goal. Let's go kick it. So I'm excited.
I think for our podcast, I think we would love it for you to leave us a review, tell us about topics that you want to hear in the future, or discussions that you might want us to have conversations about, because we are very open.
So this is the last one of season 1, right? So we have 5 out of the first season. So I can wait for season 2.
Yeah. So we'd love a review, and any topics that you want us to discuss. We would love any kind of feedback, because that only helps us grow and serve you.
Yes, and we are always looking for people who are, maybe you don't have a community and you want to join one. We're always looking for like-minded women and even dudes. You're welcome to join.
They're welcome to.
Join our community.
They're welcome to.
If you're interested in how you can do that, reach out. We'd love to talk to you.
I'm excited. Looking forward. I just want to say thank you so much, guys. And thank you, Nicole, and thank you, Nancy, because I think there are things that I think having a podcast, it's a big step. It's something that I think many people wants to do, but it's not so easy to get behind the microphone, right? And really speak your mind or be yourself. So I think for us was a huge step, like again, part of the growth and the movement. So to me, it's been a pleasure to really, do this with you and with Nancy, and really taking that step and just say, let's not talk about it. Let's do it.
Yeah. My goal for the podcast in 2026 is to be like even more transparent than we've already been. And that way people can, I think if we're super transparent, people are like indirectly given permission to be transparent themselves and to be open themselves and just kind of, go on this ride together.
Yeah, well, to me, I think there's many. I think I'm very grateful for season 1 because it was a learning experience for ourselves as well, right? I think the first step was just do it. We have the idea of doing the podcast. Let's do it. And to me personally, navigating through the podcast, controlling it, like the topics.
Even my favorite podcasts, they're always like, yeah, go back to like the first episode. We sucked.
Yes. I
mean,
mean,
we really sucked.
And I think by season 2, we will have a better understanding of how to do it, right? And be more transparent or more real or more unfiltered. I mean, who knows, right? What God has store for us. But to me, it was having an idea.
You should really be a little bit more unfiltered over there.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm the most unfiltered over here.
Are you ready to go really unfiltered for this season 2?
Yeah, listen, I'm always me. So I feel like I'm pretty unfiltered. I don't know how much more
Actually, that's an awesome name for a podcast. Don't steal that. If you're listening to this podcast, do not steal Unfiltered, because that's a really solid name.
Yeah.
What about... I was gonna say, are you ready to go unfiltered next season? You're gonna be. It's like anything, And I remember I said this the first episode. I remember so clearly when I watched the Kardashians on the first episode. Okay, so remember how the Kardashians started, now where they are. Well, everything starts somewhere. So I guess I just wanna say thank you to Nicole and Nancy, and I wanna say thank you to all these wonderful ladies and people that listen and watch us and walk this journey with us, because you don't see us just over the camera, but also we're thankful to interact with you, and just to remember that we all live the same situations. We go through the same struggles. And that's one of the goal of this podcast, is to everybody to feel relatable and don't feel alone, and knowing that we all go through the same things, especially as women and realtors. So if you ever want to reach out, you always want to hang out, pick our brains, please feel free to do so. That's one of our main goals and passions, to do that, is to connect with people and walk these journeys, not by ourselves, but supporting each other. So Thank you guys so much. I'm just so excited and happy.
Yay. Cheers to 2026.
Yes. Cheers with our
Coffees.
with our proteins.
Oh, you have protein?
You have a protein on your bag.
I drank it already.
Oh, you did. Me too.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
No.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.